I told you long ago on the road, I got what they waiting for. All run from nothing, dog. Get your soul, just tell them ain't laying low.
Greetings and salutations. Obviously, I am not XLJ the OG, but I am Mr.Broll, and I'm going to be holding down the fort tonight. So everybody strap in. It is going to be a bumpy ride, but we are going to get through this. I would like to remind you to keep all hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Children,
Wow.
wear your
It's
helmets.
not hard for our other guest here.
I was going to say, if we don't move.
Hey-o. And gentlemen, we have been brought together here. Thank you so much for joining us. As you can see here, we have the Wrestle Talk Drip God himself, Hambone, aka Juicy Thundy Liger. Juicy Thundy Liger. I
Thunder,
like it.
not Thundy.
Thundy.
Thundy
Thundy.
Liger.
Sunday.
God.
How are you doing tonight, good sir?
I am I being serious? I feel like shit if I'm being serious, but I'm happy to be here with you, brother.
That is right. And I know you were excited to talk about a little bit of wrestling tonight because that always just makes everything just a wee bit better.
That's true.
Good to forget for just a little bit about life's problems. And for those watching at home, we hope that's what you do too while we're sitting here just chatting some wrestling. And we also are joined by none other than you know him, you love him. He's a bit of a ladies' man. Michael!
What up, y'all?
Living the dream. And folks, we are not just talking about any wrestling tonight. We are going to be talking about a little bit of Impact Wrestling. We don't always talk about Impact Wrestling, but Impact Wrestling, we say it all the time on PW60. Do not sleep on Impact Wrestling. Only reason we don't talk about Impact Wrestling more is because, well, we have full-time jobs and, it is difficult to find time to sit down and record and be away from the family and everything. But you know what? When they are getting ready to do their biggest show of the year, you best better reckon believe, redneck and believe that we are going to talk about it. Bound for Glory 2023 in Chicago. Gentlemen, how excited are you for this pay-per-view?
I'm very excited. Bound for Glory is always their biggest pay-per-view, like you said. I was at last year's Bound for Glory. Was kind of hoping they would come back again this year, but they didn't. But it's always a good show. Like you said, Impact is always slept on, but they always put on banger shows. So
facts. Their shows are always great. The pay-per-views are always great. Bound for Glory is amazing.
Yes, indeed. And when we look at this card, this is shaping up to be definitely it's got a very solid card going into it. It is stacked. But first and foremost, just housekeeping if you want. Probably already know this, but with Bound for Glory, they do always do the Impact Hall of Fame as well. And this year we have some of the probably most deserving people going into the Hall of Fame. We have none other than Miss Tracy Brooks going into the Hall of Fame. Also, Mike Tenay and Dawn West going into the Impact Hall of Fame. Super excited for that. That would be cool. Interested to see what Gail Kim has to say, and also
Tracy should have been in the first class, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And also interested to see what Scott D'Amore has to say as well. And this will all be on the countdown for Bound for Glory, which I believe you can watch on the YouTubes right here where you're watching this right now.
Yes.
All right. Also with Impact, we have the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even completely sure exactly who's all going to be in this. I believe did Bully Ray win this last year? Is that who won this last
year? Yes,
he did. So basically, just mentioning it, the winner of this gets a shot at it's the world title, right?
Yes.
The guaranteed shot at the world title. We saw how that played out between Bully Ray and Josh Alexander. And hey, you never know. Never know who's going to show up. Never know who's going to win this. Be interesting to see who comes out the winner.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Again, we don't know who's in this, but
Okay.
my pick is gonna be Joe Hendry.
You believe in Joe
I would
Hendry.
love that. Joe Henry deserves that push.
He does.
That would,
Joe Hendry is one of the most entertaining guys on the Impact roster, and he should be one of their top guys.
facts. I would go with him actually too, because he.
I had not thought of that, but man, now that you said it, I'm not going to be able to get it out of my head. That is a beautiful idea and perfect timing for him too, as well. Now that he's not the internet champion anymore, or digital media, whatever they called it.
Yeah, digital media,
and no longer with Joya, which honestly I feel like, man, I kind of wish that would have been a longer run because I kind of dig the Joya.
I'm excited what he's gonna do in New Japan when he goes back.
It is true.
I can't believe that they went and got Joya tights made. They had 2 matches.
I mean, they even had a song and dance
for 2 matches.
So, But let's get into it. And boy, oh boy, I'm going to try to compose myself because my lady is on the screen. But I'm going to compose myself. I'm going to keep it together. We have the Knockouts World Tag Team Championships on the line. MK Ultra defending against the team of Tasha Steelz and none other than the virtuosa herself, Deonna Purrazzo. Folks, gentlemen, what do you think? What do you expect out of this match? Who do you think is going to come out on top, if you will? Are the champions going to retain? Are we going to see a new?
I'm a big fan of all 4 of these ladies. I've been a big fan of Deonna since Ring of Honor. I have loved Tasha Steelz. Her and Kiera Hogan were the most entertaining part of Impact for a very long time for me. I love all these women. But I'm really enjoying Masha and Kelly together. I don't think MK Ultra is going to lose those just yet.
I was about to say I'm going with MK Ultra also. I'm a big fan of Masha and Killer Kelly. Loving what Masha's doing, not only in Impact but in GCW. Killer Kelly is doing some great stuff in Wrestling Revolver also with Red, which is a faction that just came up in Wrestling Revolver. But yeah, so I'm going to go with MK Ultra myself.
Yeah, I'm more apt to think that MK Ultra will win this, and it'll be because of a miscommunication between Tasha and Deonna, and then they will actually feud after.
I think
perfect. Actually,
I think you hit the nail on the head right there because, I mean, MK Ultra. When you look at them, they are a team. They were fit for each other, right? They both have that kind of ultra violent more side of them in style, and they seem to get each other. And then, we're on the other side. Tasha Steelz and Deonna Purrazzo. I mean, that's almost like a dream team right there. That's 2 former knockout world champions right there. But like you said, I think coming down to the wire, I think some miscommunication is going to happen, and they're going to end up not winning, and champions are going to retain, and then probably going into a feud because I could easily see it going into there's a number 1 contenders match, like multi-person match, and the 2 of them are in it, and then there's more stuff that happens, and then
that's a team where the egos are going to get in the way.
Yes, Yes, indeed. Even though Deonna Purrazzo can do no wrong, but I did have to. I have to vote against her in this case because I just don't see them winning. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But speaking of tag team championships here, we have your Impact World Tag Team Champions. Sorry, I turned it to the new day there. But we have the Rascals versus the team former Impact World Champions, A, B, C. Now, folks, you'll have to remind me here. I cannot remember here. I've slept since then. Was it the Rascals that took the titles from? No, it was the what Subculture that took the titles, and then the Rascals took it from Subculture.
Yes.
I got there. Thank you for coming on my train of thought there with me. But nonetheless, the Rascals are your tag team champions. Michael, what do you think is going to happen here?
I think maybe this is because I'm more of a fan of them. I think ABC is going to win. I love Austin and Chris Bay. They're probably two of my favorite members of the Bullet Club contingent, since it's everywhere nowadays.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because they do not seem to fit the quote unquote Bullet Club mold right now. But you know what? Everybody gets a piece of the pie. So you're
Facts.
going with ABC. Hambone, drop some knowledge on me before I make my pick.
So I'm gonna be honest. This might be a hot take here, but I am not a fan of any of these men except for Chris Bay. I'm a huge fan of Chris Bay. I think he's a fucking star, and he should be singles and being pushed as a top guy. But everybody in here's, they're all fine wrestlers. I'm just not a big fan of these two rascals. Wesley's the only good rascal as far as I'm concerned, or Ace Austin. That being said, I'm sure it'll be a great match, but I don't think that the Rascals are losing here. Impact has always gone pretty hard on the Rascals, and it seems like they're going even harder with their second go around. So I don't see them losing them just yet.
Yes.
Especially because we just had a very short reign with both with Subculture and then the Motor City Machine Guns before that. I don't feel like they're going to take them off of the Rascals already.
Yes, I do agree, and I think simply you can sum this one up to Rascals are going to rascal. I feel like the Rascals are going to find some way to create a distraction or something, some spray paint, some shenanigans, and they will end up retaining. I will say this super crazy, bold prediction. It's crazy. No one's thinking this, though. No one knows. No one's up here. Wesley does have his Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, blacked out. Could he have quietly requested his release and he's going to rejoin the Rascals? I don't think it'll happen, but
I think he's getting a main roster call.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Wes got a huge push after Wentz left.
And I think that's why I'm going with ABC, because I hate Wentz. I
don't like it. I don't like Trey either. I just don't like their personalities as people. Just not into them. But I think Wes is just going to the main roster, and I think he's going to get a big push. I think that Triple H is a big fan of his. So
I think we will see a Wesley at the Rumble.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Very good points. Like I said, it's far-fetched, but you know what? Just like on PW60, we report everything here.
Yeah.
If they've got their Twitter, X, whatever, blacked out, you never know. You never.
I think Wes just really flourished after getting out of a tag team, and I don't think that people expected that of him.
Yes.
But that's exactly what happened, and I think that he probably realizes that too.
Yes, indeed, and as he should get that main roster call up because he was killing it week in, week out in NXT. Moving on to something that you can only find in Impact Wrestling, a Monsters Ball match. It is spooky season. We're in full spooky season. Why not have a Monsters Ball match? Not just any Monsters Ball match, though. A 4-way Monsters Ball match with the likes of PCO, Rhino, White Bread himself, Steve Macklin, and
listen, we know why you and I dislike Macklin at the very core of it. B-roll, we know, because how, how, but whatever.
But this is a prediction. This is a prediction show. It's not a dating show or Dr. Phil or whatever what have you.
We're not here to talk about our crushes.
No, we're not here to talk about our problems. I'm not here to talk about childhood trauma. Sorry. We're here to talk about wrestling. Gosh darn it.
Too much of that.
Part of me wonders, do they really make them stay in a dark, secluded room? Does that actually happen for like 24 hours? Does that happen?
Do you really wonder that?
Kinda. Because somebody like PCO, I could see him like just coming out and like breaking.
I always wondered that with I always wondered that with like the first Monster Balls matches because Abyss and Raven would go nuts. They're just not normal during those matches.
Abyss and Raven were probably crazy enough to do it too. But nonetheless to say, who we got in this matchup here? Me personally, I'll go first on this one. It's called a Monsters Ball match. I'm picking the monster himself. I'm going with PCO. Why not? Why not?
I am unfortunately picking White Bread here.
Oh gosh.
I don't think that. I think PCO is the least likely one to win because he's already announced that he's done he's done with Impact on the 31st. But not only that, if you don't watch Impact has a habit of killing wrestlers. And I think that PCO is going to get killed in this match.
And he came back from the dead match.
And I just, I don't know. Impact's really big on Steve Macklin. Does Rhino really need it? Or like Rhino's just kind of there to put people over. Moose already has his world title shot, so I just feel like Macklin's the one who needs it the most. So that's what I'm going with.
I'm going with Macklin also. With the push they're giving him, the feuds we're giving him, and Moose has got that thing with Brian Myers. Like he doesn't really need this. And Rhino's just the veteran that put these young kids over. Even though Steve Macklin looks older than every single one of those four.
It's true.
But that
it is facts, which circles us back to our first question. How? Why? Like,
let's be honest. We know why this guy has a job.
We know. We know. Because we're smart. We used our thinking caps. But, so we got 2 for Macklin, 1 for PCO. You never know. It's a Monsters Ball match. Anything can happen. Oh, baby. You thought the card was good before. But now we're really starting to put our foot on the gas pedal, and let's talk about it. You have your 10-time X Division champion, Chris Sabin, going against go to sleep himself, Kenta. I'm excited for this one. I am not going to lie. I'm just going to say the real winner on this is the fans, because
I was going to say, this could be match of the night.
it could easily be match of the night. I don't see the title changing hands here. I don't. I'm sure Hambone's probably going to say something to change my mind, but I don't see it changing hands here.
I mean, this match is going to slap, probably literally and figuratively. I fucking love Kenta. I would love for him to win here. I don't see it happening, though. I don't think that, especially, again, Sabin just won this title again. Kenta's not, going to be full-time and, Impact to come around and defend it and all that. So don't see him winning.
Facts.
Going with Chris Sabin here.
Me too. I'm definitely going with Chris Sabin. Like you said, I don't think Kenta's going to be around. He ain't going to do that come to Florida or wherever they're filming. And I think they're building with the Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley feud. I think there's going to something happen with those two. And it might be, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be title versus title at some point.
No, we will just have to see, won't we? We'll just have to see. I'm going with Sabin here, though. Champion retains.
This is the main event right here. This is the match of the night right here.
Yeah.
You know what
This
I found?
Is awesome. I was going to buy this pay-per-view just based on this match alone, which it was the first match announced. There's no build up to it, and I don't care. It's going to be awesome.
The build up to this match was the fact that we got denied it at Multiverse United because of an injury. So that was the build up right there.
Oh, yeah. I forgot this was supposed to be a multiverse.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, these are two.
I thought it looked familiar.
Yes. These are two of my favorite wrestlers in the world going to date right here, right now.
You guys know that I'm a Speedball mark. I got my Speedball shirt on right now. He is my favorite guy in Impact. I wish he was going to pull out the win here, but there's no chance. Not with the year that Will Ospreay is having. No chance he wins here.
But this is going to be an amazing match, though.
It is.
This, I don't want to overhype this, but on paper, this does have potential to be match of the year. On paper.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that. For me, like I said, this is going to be match of the night. I already know it. It's what I'm looking forward to the most, but I could absolutely see it being a candidate for match of the year. Probably the best match that Impact's going to have for the full year.
Yes.
And that's saying something because Impact's had a lot of great matches this year.
It's funny you say that because I recently just became a Mike Bailey fan. And the reason I became a Mike Bailey fan was, in my opinion, up to this point, Impact's match of the year, which was Josh Alexander versus Mike Bailey, that hour-long match they had.
Yep.
That was
last year.
Was it? That was last year?
Yeah.
Yes. And it should that should have got more consideration for match of the year last year.
It feels like that match just happened too. Maybe because I watch it all the time.
Yeah, that is an amazing match, and if anybody has not watched that match, I believe Impact even has it, like the full 60-minute match.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, that's how I watch it. I watch it all the time because it's on.
They
YouTube.
have it by itself to where anyone can view it. I don't even think you have to be.
No, but it's free.
Yeah. I just looked it up, and yes, this match was literally almost a year ago, and it does not feel like it was. It was in December of 2022.
Yeah, Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I am going with Will Ospreay because you guys
Yeah.
are correct. The year Will's had, yeah,
Yes. I mean, indeed. And
he's the real best in the world.
I'm
Still,
obviously going with Will Ospreay as much as I love Speedball. But yeah, Will Ospreay is the best in the world right now for a reason. And I love how excited we are for this match. And there's no titles on the line, nothing. Now we do have to note though that at Fallout Bound for Glory Fallout, Ospreay is going to be going up against Josh Alexander. And if Alexander wins, it will be for the Impact World title. Now, we need to get to our main event, but just nugget, we'll come back to this. Potential Ospreay could be Impact World Champion by the end of the weekend. You never know. Crazier things have happened. Oh man, though, ever since Impact 1000, I have been ready for this one. Because you saw she gave the look up at that title that she never lost. You know who I'm talking about. Well, Miss Hardcore Country, Mickie James herself. I wish Extreme League was here. And if y'all know, you know. But man,
I don't see Trinity losing though.
I don't
I
either.
love Mickie James. She's probably one of my all-time favorite women's wrestlers, but I don't see Trinity losing here.
No,
I will.
Trinity is on the run of her career in Impact right now. No, Trinity's not losing this.
Yes.
They're going to keep that title on her for a long time because they're going to hitch their wagon to her being one of the bigger signings that they've been able to get.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and as they should.
Yeah.
As they should. But man, I am excited for this one. I think it's going to be a very, very, very good match. And who knows? I have to wonder with her husband being with the WWE, how much longer Mickie James will be with Impact. Don't know. Don't know anything. No inside information here. Just have to think. You have to wonder. You don't know. You don't know. But let's get to it. Our main event of the evening. One Alex Shelley going up against another person, which I love the time frame of this too, because it was Mickie James and Josh Alexander both had to vacate their titles right around the same time. So we have two matches where they never technically lost the title. They had to vacate them due to injury. But Josh Alexander technically never lost that Impact World Championship. Then you have somebody like Alex Shelley, who's been there, done that, and a bag of chips. And this was long overdue for him. And he's your world champion now. I mean, I have loved Alex Shelley's world title run. And notice I'm talking in the past tense, because I do think that one Mr. Walking Weapon himself does take the belt back from Alex Shelley.
I have a bold prediction for this match.
Go for it. I love your predictions.
Josh Alexander will win the title again, and then we'll get a repeat. Moose comes out with that briefcase, and he's going to cash it in. But Josh is going to be ready this time, and Moose is not going to walk out champion. Josh Alexander will still walk out world heavyweight champion.
That would make me so happy, just because I'm not the biggest Moose fan.
Yeah, me neither.
Moose is a diet Montez Brown or Monty Brown. I'm a huge Monty Brown mark.
All right, Michael. Who do you think's
Josh
gonna win this one?
Alexander.
Josh Alexander?
I've been questioning, debating this whole time we're filming. Yeah, Josh Alexander is gonna get this title back.
Gonna be a great match. Another
Yeah,
great match. But yeah, don't see Alex Shelley walking out with it.
Yeah. Because like what Michael said earlier as well, I picture for some reason it got pointed out to me at the 1000 that if you notice when
Saving him
Sable,
with the title, Shelly's face.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he wasn't like right there, like he was towards the back and like not like right there with him celebrating. So
Yeah, I see
I don't
that.
know.
I mean, yeah, and I see that feud happening.
Yeah, I think that feud is gonna happen. So we did a clean sweep on this, which, I mean, if we go back, I think this is one of the only title changes we really predicted that we did a clean sweep on. So yeah, I mean, I do think Josh Alexander is your and new champion. But so that brings me to this, which we should also note that if Alex Shelley retained, he would be going up against Jonathan Gresham in a Impact World title match, which, I mean, that is going to be a great match as well. But we all picked Alexander, so we're potentially looking at Alexander versus Will Ospreay for the world title. In all reality, I don't think the title will switch hands,
No,
but
but
that is going to be an incredible match.
Be professional, sir.
I'm trying. This is not my job.
I don't know what the relationship is now between Impact and AEW, and with the way Will Ospreay is always on AEW television, I don't know if Impact would allow that. So yeah, Josh would win that match.
But nonetheless, Bound for Glory is set up to be an amazing show. We've talked about bold potential some through the show, but do we have any other, bold predictions? Do you think we're going to get a debut possibly? Do we think a return? I mean, I think a return or something, Bound for Glory being one of the biggest shows. I could definitely see that. What do you guys think? Any surprises coming?
The mark in me for Tracy wants me to have her go after Trinity and that Impact title.
I don't really know about like returns or debuts because I'm sitting here thinking like, who's out there right now?
Yeah.
I mean, the only person, there's been rumors that Impact has offered CM Punk a deal, and they are in Chicago, but I just don't see that happening. I don't see Punk going to Impact Wrestling. I just don't. So I don't really know. I don't really know who's out there that could, return or debut and, really.
It would be a weird full circle thing if he come to Impact, since he had that first big run with NWA in it.
Yeah.
I almost bet you that there are going to be reports that CM Punk is backstage at Impact Bound for Glory. You just wait and see.
Yeah, and I mean all the people, that were released from WWE. I mean, they got 90 days. That's not up yet. So, I think I would really like to see both Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali go to Impact. I think they would both kill it there. I think Dolph would be a a
I think
top guy there. But obviously
Mustafa,
that's I don't see it happening.
Mustafa, I think we could see. I think
Yeah.
he'd be a great fit in the X division. Dolph, I think he's going with his brother.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But that is going to wrap it up here for our Impact Bound for Glory prediction show. Like we say, if you're sleeping on Impact, don't sleep on Impact. Buy this pay-per-view. I guarantee you will be hooked and you'll be watching Impact. I mean, you literally can watch the weekly show for like $1.49 plus some tax, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
So, but as always, we'd like to close out with a little bit of a plug-a-palooza. Gentlemen, if you would, put yourselves over. Tell us where we can find you on the socials and whatnot and whatever. Whoever wants to go first can go.
Do your thing, Hambo.
You can find me on Twitter or X at notorious_bone. You can find me on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Hambone with 3 A's and 3 O's. You can find me every Sunday on YouTube and Twitch at 7 p.m. on the Ego Drip Wrestling Podcast. Me and Con from the 703, and it's just Nick. Every week we get together, we talk some drips, some drags, some other stuff in wrestling. So come join us. And I think that's it. I think that's everything I'm on.
Be there or be square. One of the best wrestling podcasts out there in the world. I have tuned in quite often. It's some good stuff.
Thanks, bud.
If you need a laugh as well, like I guarantee at one point they're gonna make you laugh. They're not always super serious like we are over here.
We have a tendency to go on some side quests, some weird side quests, so it's not always wrestling all 2 hours. But
I just remember the one time I was just cracking up. We were talking about Raquel's back, how her whole gimmick was her back.
Her back scares me. Her back is intimidating.
Big back, big smile. That's her gimmick. But
Michael, MJD Duplessis, the ladies' man himself, tell us where we can find you.
I don't know where that's coming from, but okay. MJ Duplessis 1992 on TikTok, and you can catch me all over the World Championship Wreckage YouTube channel, specifically when the show drops on Mondays, Queen's Court, with my brother Husky Harris and my sister Bree Stout, where we are going over WWF Monday Night Raw right now. God, 1993 is a horrible year.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, notice he
that
was
one of the best Raw themes ever.
The theme is amazing.
I'm a mark for saxophone.
The theme is the best part of 1993. That is.
On that note, that is going to wrap it up here for our Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory prediction show. Please, as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we will see you at the matches.